Today on the Soul Sister Spotlight, we have a very, very special guest, and that is one of our co-founders, Ginny. Hey,
Yay!
Jane. How are
Hello,
you doing?
hello. All good. Thank you. Thank you for having me on this interview.
Let's get started. Give us a 30-second Ginny origin story. How does someone like you go from soul-crushing consultancy job in Web2 to neck deep in Solana, DeFi prediction markets, and all things crypto?
Let's say that in another life, I was basically a finance bro. So I graduated in economics and then I landed my first job. I used to work in the M&A field for PwC and then EY. And then COVID hit. All of a sudden, everything stopped. And that was kind of an epiphany for me. I was like, okay, do I really want to do that? Like working 12 hours per day for the rest of my life in a corporate job? And the answer was no. So I signed up for a master's in marketing and communication at the Bocconi University and left my well-paid job to go into something that could fulfill my skills like creativity and strategic thinking. And at the same time, I've approached crypto at first as an investment, but then I started to look deep into the tech. So when I ended up my master's degree, putting the two together sounded like the perfect match. And so here I am.
And was there a specific moment or a specific project that made you think, okay, this is my world now?
Yeah, I would say probably my first job in crypto because my first role was as a marketing specialist for a crypto VC. So that was a great chance to go down the rabbit hole and explore different verticals in the space. And I remember setting up my MetaMask wallet and try out firsthand DeFi platforms. And that I think was the time when I really thought, okay, that's what crypto is all about. Because you read about decentralization and everything, but until you touch it firsthand, you cannot really get the full picture. And from there, I started loving the space and I could never go back to another job, to be honest.
Awesome. That sounds like so many of us. You once said that in Web3, build it and they will come is a lie. What is the biggest go to market mistake you see projects do right now?
I do think that build it and they will come is a lie. Like you need a solid go-to-market plan when you're gonna launch anything in this market. But at the same time, I do think that the biggest problem that our space has is retention. So I see too many projects being obsessed with the launch and building the hype and the attention phase, but too often they don't have a plan on what's to come next. So for example, think about points program or airdrops. I think they are the perfect example of this, meaning that you cannot really incentivize your way into loyalty. We miss this piece, and probably it's also the reason why so many team pivots again and again, but do not stick with a long-term plan.
I tend to agree with you on this one. I think that we have created a very mercenary system for retention that the moment the rewards are done, the users are gone. And I think that the whole industry is suffering from that. And we're seeing that particularly now in the bear run. Build it and they will come is a lie. You are juggling a full-time marketing role. You're leading marketing at a Solana project, and you're also building this community on the side, the Soul Sisters community. How does it come together, and what is a typical day for you?
I would say that my typical day is spending hours and hours on X, basically on crypto Twitter, as most of us do. So on the one hand, there's crypto Twitter, and then a lot of chats and talks with Claude, with chats, sometimes even with colleagues when it happens. So yeah, let's say that for my marketing role at Parasol, my activities span, let's say, from strategic planning to communication and creating content. And the Soul Sisters is the fun part, like brainstorming idea with my beautiful soul mothers, and also chatting on Telegram with the girls and build connection opportunities and everything else.
For those of you who are new to our community, Ginny is actually the powerhouse behind Soul Sisters. She's the one that came up with the idea. She's the one that pushed us to do it and keeps pushing us every single day. So this community would not be here without her.
Without all the three of us.
Without all three of us, but you are the one pushing us to be better and better every day. Last year at Breakpoint in Abu Dhabi, you vlogged the entire event. You recorded video content for Parasol. You recorded personal content for your personal accounts. What surprised you the most about putting yourself on camera in a space that is so much anon?
Well, that's true. But to be honest, I've always been doxed in my experience. I think this choice is very personal in some way, but if you're able to do that and you're willing to do that, that can really bring you an advantage, especially when it comes to building your own personal brand. Breakpoint was just amazing. Like in my experience, that has been the most amazing crypto event I've ever attended. So I was very proud and happy to be there. You were also with me, so it made it feel even more special. But the thing is that the community of creators, I think it was very active at that moment. Everywhere you would go, you would see someone with a tripod, so with the mics and everything. So this made it feel more easy and less weird in some way. Probably also because I started experimenting a bit on X before. But yeah, I really enjoyed that experience, and I would suggest anyone to do that.
And then speaking of your creator art on X, is there a piece of advice that you want to give to women in crypto who want to post more, but they feel that they don't have enough to say maybe?
Let's say that probably I'm not the best person here, meaning that I haven't really delivered on this one, because creating content is hard. It takes time, it takes effort. You need to be inspired. You have to figure out a creative idea that can work. And most of all, you have to be consistent. I'm not really a consistent person enough to become a real creator, let's say, but you need consistency. So that would be the first advice. But most of all, because it's so hard to create content, this is something that you can be better at only after you challenge yourself. So my suggestion is just think about a raw list of topics that you would feel confident about, and then go for it, and you'll figure it out in the process.
Kind of like fake it till you make it, but with something substantial to say.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think that most people overthink it. Like, if you think about it, the lifespan of whatever content on the timeline is so short that the worst thing that can happen is that nobody will see it. Like, you don't have to be too afraid of putting yourself out there.
That's actually a great way of looking at it. Just pick up the phone, record. If it's good, post it. If not, re-record and then post it. And then you literally have nothing to lose. Great piece of advice. What is one very commonly accepted crypto marketing tactic that you think is absolutely useless?
There are a lot of them, to be honest. Let me pick from my list. Probably, I would say the token. When you launch a token and your product is not ready, or maybe when you want to launch a token, but you haven't figured out the utility in your protocol or in your product. I think this is a very dangerous game to play. We saw that with many projects. And on top of this, I would mention anything that targets vanity metric as the end goal. Like, you don't want to be the one having 50K people on a Discord server where nobody talks about anything at the end.
I already mentioned that you were the person that came to us and said, hey, let's do this thing. And it took us all of a second to decide to do it with you. What made you push us to create Soul Sisters? Was it something that was missing from your own experience in the space, or was there another reason for that?
Let's also start by saying that the whole Soul Sister thing came out after Breakpoint. So the vibe were super hype. We were all excited about this event, and everything there was great. We also had the chance to meet with the Babes Network. So we met with the girls and connect with a lot of people. And I remember that Diana posted a tweet saying how there was no ShiFi on Solana. So having been on Solana since 2024, that was not the first time that I was thinking about creating a community of girls for this ecosystem. But this was just the perfect timing because, as I said, the energy was great. I had the perfect people to make this project happening in real life. So that just sounded like the perfect moment to do that. And I'm so happy we did it.
So that was the moment, right? You saw that tweet about,
Timing.
hey, why isn't there like a ShiFi version for Solana? And that was your moment that went, okay, let's build this.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like ShiFi is to onboard new women in Web3, and it's cross-chain, let's say, and it has an educational slant. Babes Network is more focused on doing amazing things when it comes to events, but there was this missing piece of having a strong community of women specifically on Solana.
That is amazing. And I agree with you. We didn't have that. And I feel that that we do have that right now. Again, for those of you who are new to Soul Sisters, there's over 230 women, very engaged, very active on the community, very keen on supporting each other and growing together in what we're building. So this is shaping up to be the place to be if you are a girl contributing to the Solana ecosystem, if I may say so myself. What are your hopes and dreams for the community? Where do you want to take the community in the next months?
I'm really excited for what's to come during this year. With Soul Sister, I think anyone can expect more meetups coming, starting from the one in Naples that we're planning in June. And then there is Breakpoint, of course, and we're still planning some things behind the scenes. And then we're going to have more workshops, more opportunities for the girls to connect and build, and probably even more community collabs.
Here you are spilling the alpha.
Okay.
What was your last prediction market?
My last prediction market was betting on Italy as the winner of the Eurovisions. I mean,
Okay.
not financial advice, but I played this one with conviction.
You're Italian. You have to. I feel that you
I
have
had
to.
to.
Otherwise, they take away your pizza and your spaghetti and they tell you to move away.
I could never.
All right. What is the most underrated Solana project right now?
Soul Sisters. Of course.
Absolutely, 100%. One piece of career advice that you would give to your 2021 self just entering crypto?
I would say that this space rewards curiosity. So it's very easy to feel overwhelmed by all the information and how things move so fast. But you have to be curious, pick something, start from there, and you'll figure it out faster than you think, probably.
What's the non-crypto hobby or interest people would be surprised to learn about you?
I'm obsessed with music. So I literally live with my AirPods on. I don't think it's a healthy habit, but that would be it. And sometimes a random session of karaoke would start in my house. But thank God I cannot hear myself while I do it. So.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's unhealthy because, it's not like you're doing crack cocaine or anything. All I'm saying. That's the unfiltered Soul Sister spotlight.
Yeah.
One app or one tool that you cannot live without.
Spotify. Spotify, I think, is the app that I use the most, and X, of course.
If Solana were a movie, which movie would it be?
I cannot answer this question because my movie culture is so bad. But all I can say is that if it was a reality show, it would be Too Hot to Handle.
All right. Okay. Fair. And last but not least, what is next for Ginny?
Let's just say that this is the year of the horse. So I'm excited for what's to come. I'll keep building. With Parasol, we're building the ZK engine to accelerate perpetuals on Solana. With Soul Sister, we had already a lot of things going on behind the scenes. So I'm looking forward for what this year will bring, and especially already looking forward for Breakpoint 2026.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being with us today, Ginny.
Thank
was a
you.
real pleasure to have a spotlight with you. And we'll see you on the Soul Sisters chat.
Thank you. Bye, girls.
Bye.